Here with Cam Rising, Utah. So Cam, I understand, I read your bio, you're a baller. You play basketball too.
Yes, sir. I love playing it.
Was that the original dream?
Yeah, absolutely. I always, to this day, I still want to be in the NBA. That's just the dream of mine.
So who's your game like? Give me a comp.
On the hoop court?
On the hoop court, not football. Yeah, who cares about that?
Ooh, that's tough. I mean, I like playing defense. I pride myself on defense in basketball.
What?
Yeah, defense leads to great offense.
You're a quarterback.
I know, but that's just my mentality. Even on the football field, I play quarterback, but I do understand that defense wins championships, and if you don't have the defense set up, then offense doesn't really matter.
Oh, come on. So you're telling me, like, if a coach is like, well, I'm going to come in with a conservative game plan so the defense has an easy game, you don't get, like, disappointed as a quarterback?
I mean, I'm not going to say I'm sitting here happy that we're running the ball because it's working and, it's efficient, but, yeah, it's just the way the game goes, and you got to do whatever you got to do to make sure that you win the game. And
when you came out of high school and went to Texas, could you have ever imagined your trajectory? Like, I don't know if you were originally recruited by Utah, but just the way it went down, was that something like in high school you could have pictured?
No, actually, our offensive line coach came to campus during high school, during my visits and stuff, and I actually told him that I didn't really care to meet just because they already had a quarterback committed, and I was committed to Oklahoma at the time, so I said, yeah, I don't want to waste your time. And funny thing is, he gave me a nice hard time when I met him on my visit about that, but it was good to see that, and it's crazy how it comes back around full circle.
So what do you think of the transfer portal is good for players?
Yeah, it gives players more freedom. I mean, if a coach wants to leave and take more money at another school, he can do that just because it's a better opportunity for him and his family, and same thing for college kids. And
what about quarterbacks specifically? Because only one quarterback plays at a time. So I imagine, you're here with a bunch of quarterbacks. Like, it feels like it's more important to them because you can get buried on the depth chart and not get to show yourself.
Of course, yeah. Getting buried on the depth chart, that's a tough thing for a quarterback, especially a highly recruited one. You come being on top and everything's usually going right for you, and you don't really have to worry about anything outside of football. But then you start soon to realize that you're not going to be in early, and it gets tough. And I know a lot of quarterbacks can end up struggling with that, and that's why you see so many guys just end up leaving and going to other places. But from transferring, and what I found out is that it's good to stay in that situation even if you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's there, and you just got to make sure that you're doing all the right things so that cream can rise to the top at the end of the day.
Yeah, like there's young quarterbacks here at this camp. If you were going to give them advice on how to approach this recruiting process, like now that you know a little more, like what would you tell them to really think about that you might not have known when you were in high school?
For one, I would think it's important to go to a school that has a good market, just because with NIL opportunities, you want to have a school that is going to be putting you in situations to where you can maximize your branding. And then also, you want to go where there's consistency in the coaching spot. Consistency in the head coaching spot, for me, that was very important. And it came down between Oregon and Utah, and I just knew that Oregon, they can cycle through them over there. And the University of Utah, they do a great job keeping the same coaches in-house and just making sure that they're developing. And that's why it's such a successful program, and that's why I have so much respect for coaches like Kyle Whittingham that have been able to stay at that one university for so long, and that's one thing I think is invaluable, just because it's hard to switch from a coach to a coach and claim confidence.
So last year, it sort of felt like just all of a sudden Utah just every week was stepping up, becoming such a national story. What was that ride like all the way up to the bowl game?
It was a lot of emotion, just some crazy stuff that we had to endure as a team, and stuff that is just, in fact, like you can't really think about it too much because it just is making me sad thinking about it right now, and just speaks volumes to the team that we had, and the leadership that the coaches showed, and along with the leadership council and all that, to make sure that we stayed together and we stayed on task, and never lost any belief in each other, and just make sure that we kept the gas pedal down and kept going no matter what the circumstances.
Did the team grow closer?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so
it's a family.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to give you the lightning round here. We've been asking all the quarterbacks. Favorite stadium to play in besides your home field?
I did like playing at Texas. It was that year that it was there. That stadium was awesome. I mean, I think Rice Eccles is unlike no other. That atmosphere.
Pretty view. The view is pretty good.
Unbelievable stadium, and the whole the whole must. They come out and show out every game, and we sell out every game. So
Yeah.
I'd say either one of those two, DKR.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Favorite athlete to watch and why? Any sport.
Ooh. I actually like watching Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. I like soccer in that aspect.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't grow up like a huge soccer fan, but seeing them and just the ability that they have to do stuff with their feet with the ball, it just doesn't make sense to me. And,
Yeah.
And I honestly love just throwing on their highlights and watching them score some amazing goals or do some amazing things on the field.
Can you learn a little footwork from that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually in high school would go play some soccer and just go have some fun just because I think it develops your feet like no other and get that coordination with your feet. You can do whatever you want. Almost.
I think the average fan watches the throw and be like, there's so much that happens to getting it.
Absolutely. Your footwork is just as important as your arm. If you don't have that working, then nothing's going
How's
to work.
yours? Like, it's getting better and better?
I'm just trying to keep improving and make sure that I'm handling covering all.
What's it like though? How does your footwork ever break down when somebody's coming off the edge?
Of course. There's times that
then you just go to instinct.
Yeah, you become an athlete and you'll throw whether your feet are completely the wrong angle. you got to do what you got to do at that point.
Yeah. Well, you're pretty good at that though. Actually, you've had some success off platform, right? I mean,
yeah, it's fun. I pride myself in making those throws a lot in practice, just so it is easier.
Any no looks?
I actually did have a no-look touchdown this year.
You did? Yeah, oh, okay. I gotta Google that.
A little sprint out to the left. Got forced to move the pocket and was just running. Kind of looked at the defender and threw it like that, little flick. It was fun.
That's something Cristiano Ronaldo would do if he played soccer.
Absolutely.
I played football.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, I appreciate the time, Kev.
Thank you.